I want to tell you a little bit about him, trying to humanize him a little bit. He seems like a really good guy, so first person to talk is Sarah. Talk up. First person to talk is Sarah. So here you go, Sarah.
I didn't have paper. Can you guys hear me? Okay, is that better? Okay. My name's Sarah. I moved to Austin from Tennessee this past September with Andrew. Andrew actually bought me my first post-childhood bike, and he then taught me how to ride safely, and we spent nearly every evening riding our bikes around town. Andrew also taught me how to cook without a recipe, how to parallel park, and the difference between good cheap wine and horrible cheap wine. Anyone who's kept up with the news about Andrew knows that he was a 24-year-old computer programmer who moved here from Tennessee. But he was so much more than that. To me, Andrew was a friend, an encyclopedia, one of the few people who laughed at my terrible sense of humor, a history buff, and someone I knew I could turn to when I made a mess of things. Andrew was incapable of only two things: telling a lie and not being himself. Now Andrew is gone. Share the road. Coexist. Teach everyone around you about cycling and safety. Most of us here today are cyclists, and it's our responsibility to reach out to drivers with knowledge about cyclists and safety. Austin houses many amazing organizations. Help them. Donate your time, put a link on your blog, do whatever you can to help these organizations make Austin a safer place for all of us, so that we don't have to lose another Andrew.
Everyone hear me? My name is Rick, and Andrew and I work together. He moved here 7 months ago, and in the time he lived here, he became one of my best friends. He was really a great kid. Everybody liked Andrew because he was so bright, and he was so funny, and he was just really good in every way. We're going to miss him so much, and we really need to do everything we can to make sure this doesn't happen to somebody else, because it can't. No one should ever die because of this, and no one should ever have to lose someone for this. So please, guys, just let's keep this from happening again.
Hi, my name is Emily. I knew Andrew Runciman a little over a month, and I had to watch him die at this spot. Every hour I spent in his company was so good, and I can't explain to you how strange and horrible it is to make a new friend and to hope that you're going to get to know them better, and then to watch them taken from you in front of your eyes before you learn their favorite color. Andrew liked to joke that he was pretty much like all of us hipsters in Austin, only he took more showers. And on the night this happened, we were at Odd Duck, and we had been talking about music, and this time he went through a really unfortunate mutton chop phase. And we figured out that we were both science geeks right away, and I am such a sucker for anyone who can talk indie rock and computational modeling in, the same conversation. It's been so touching in the last couple days that total strangers, many of you I'm sure have said, wow, I didn't know Andrew and I liked him. Like, that's Andrew. So I want to be very clear about how Andrew died because I think this is very important. We were southbound in this lane, and we had lights. We were riding side by side, and if you can fault him for anything at all, it's being a gentleman and riding to the left of me. And it didn't matter that, we were visible and predictable and following the law because the driver didn't brake. It shouldn't have to happen again. The last thing I want to tell you about Andrew is that he believed in being an engaged citizen. I know most of you have probably biked on Lamar at some point or another. It's kind of hard to avoid. And if you do, write to City Council. Tell them it's not safe, that we can do so much better. They need to hear your stories and your personal first-hand knowledge. I don't have anything else I can say in the face of this except he was so good.
My name is Katie Runciman, and I was Andrew's sister. And it was my job to single-handedly bring the most possible embarrassment to Andrew possible. I love dressing up crazy. I made this shirt just so he could cringe because I know it would embarrass him, but I'm the one that got the call that Andrew was in the hospital. And I had to go wake my parents up at their house and tell them that they had to come to Austin. And it was just the worst thing ever. So I'm touched that you guys can all come out today, and if we can bring awareness to this, hopefully no one else will lose their big brother.
Hi everybody. Can everyone hear? All right. I filled this up with great ideas and themes because Andrew loved themes for things about what to say to you now, but there's so many of you here, I would disappoint all of you as to how not clever it would have been. So I'm here just to tell you that, well, first, I'm Scotty, I worked with Andrew. I was teaching him how to be me at my job, but suck less. And he was doing really good. Andrew, besides being an engaged citizen, he would want you to remember that, yes, we need to do something about road safety and bikes, and yes, we all need to know how to ride safely. But in regards to this tragedy, he would also want us to be able to move on gracefully and live our lives, because that's what he would have done. We work at a software company, and it's mostly guys. And so did we make this? Oh, we out of batteries. We're gonna choose. Try it again. Try it again. Try it again. Okay. Oh, good. Thanks. All right, I'll skip that. Anyway, can you hold this, please? Anyway, what we all need to remember is Andrew wanted you to live your life. He certainly did. Every time he went out, he looked great. He had a great time. Every time he came to work, he had a blast, even though sometimes it was overwhelming being very young in a very demanding job. He still owned it. And I think that's what he would want you all to remember in your own lives. Is that sometimes you take a chance and you move to a city that you only get to know for 6 months, 7 months.